Hi everybody, a very big hello to my twin flame community and my twin flame friends. So this is a private client twin flame reading, and if you require a personal private twin flame reading, kindly contact me by putting a comment below this YouTube video or by contacting me through Facebook Messenger if you are a part of my Facebook groups. So I begin this reading for my private clients person A and person N. Person A and person N again. I will keep the names very discreet and I will call it person A and person N. So um, I begin this private twin flame reading. Uh, so what I'm getting for your personal twin flame journey is that you guys met at a certain point in time, as a regular, dating scenario or a regular, relationship scenario as we get together with some people. So I'm being shown that you got together with this person, and this person was had a certain standing in society. They had a certain level in society. They were not at the same level as you, is what I'm being shown, as respect to finances and social stature. So they were at a certain position in society, and you kind of, I'm being shown that you fell for them. You fell for their charm. You fell for what they were. You fell for their personality. You started looking up to them in a very amorous way, in a very loving way. And initially, you did not go forward just as soon as you met them. You took your time, you reminisced over it, and you could not contain your loving feelings for them. You had a lot of loving feelings for them, and you explored them in your silent time, in your time apart, and then finally you decided to express your love, to them. And also a part of the reason was that they were at a very different stature in society as far as you were concerned, so you were might also have had those inhibitions, back then. So I'm being told that finally you gathered up that momentum, to express your love to them. And even when you express your love to them initially for a certain while, it was a kind of a domination submissive scenario, but you enjoyed that. That is what you wanted. They were the more dominant partner in the association, but you enjoyed that and everything was very good. Also, I'm being shown that you kept a very open thought process as regards to this relationship that you had, because again I'm being shown that this person had a slightly authoritative role in society, and they knew a lot of people. Like, they had a lot of professional connections or other connections, platonic connections with a lot of other people, a lot of men in position, a lot of women in position. Again, I'm being shown that, but you kept a very open mind. And I'm also being shown that with this person you were like a child. I'm also being shown that you were like a child in the literal sense, like there was an age gap, and you had a very different energy to give to their world, because their world was all about negotiations, having a stature in society and what the other person is doing financially or work wise, but you presented a very novel attitude to their life, because you had a very childlike approach, or possibly you were also very younger than them, so that is what you presented to their life, and everything was going very good, and you were getting to know each other as two people. And I'm being again shown that there was a domination submissive scenario where now this domination submissive scenario was not a bad thing. It was like the other person had more power, in general in society, so they always took a dominating role, and you always enjoyed the submissive role. That is what I'm being shown. Again, I'm being shown that that person had a lot of financial stability also in respect to you. So they might not have a very good financial stability in respect to a banker or someone, who holds a lot of money, but they had a lot of financial stability. You could even compare it to a banker or a person who has a stable income. And again, I'm being shown they had contacts also, but while they were getting to know you, or while you guys were dating, and going out, there were some instances where you thought that, because of their stature or their finances or whatever they were in society, you sometimes felt this feeling that you were very small in front of them, or you did not match up to them. You had these feelings sometimes, and you were always seeking love from them, and also you were seeking a lot of release and motherly feelings from them. And again I'm being shown that with them, with them and you being together, it was a scenario where one person was like a child and the other person was a grown up, you know. So it was a scenario like that when the twin association first started, you know. So also I'm being shown there was a lot of eventually after like you express your love and everybody came together, you know, for the process of dating or getting to know each other, and then eventually there was a lot of sexuality involved as well. I'm being shown that they were very attracted to you in the sexual way and form too, you know. So I'm also being shown that you had a very seductive role to play in the association, that you were the person who wanted them to look at you in a certain way. So you were successful in doing that, you know. They visualize you as a person they were sexually attracted to, and they always wanted to be with you, and they were with you, you know. There was a lot of playfulness at times when times were good. I'm being shown there was a lot of playfulness. I'm also being shown that you took a lot of trips together into natural places, and you enjoyed each other's company in natural places, and just be yourself in regular clothes, you know, not doing many fancy things, but being with each other in regular environments, regular circumstances. And they were like, even if they expressed it or not, they had a very sexual outlook towards you, and they wanted whatever things you might be doing at that time or not doing at that time, there was sexual intimacy, you know. And also like there was a lot of like happy-go-lucky energy. Again I'm being shown there were a lot of nature trips, you know, trips to like maybe mountainous parks, or you know, nature trails or hiking and stuff, you know. So again I'm being shown that during that period where you were going around or taking these trips and vacations, there was a lot of like playful energy, you know, and there was a point where they wanted to submit to you, you know, even though they had a dominating role initially. At this point of time, they were actually, you both came to a equal standpoint, you know. Initially you started like this and this as a domination submissive in a good way, but then eventually you came to this and this where you were very sexually attracted, in a very equally satisfying way, you know. And they were giving you all the attention, and there was a lot of like good banter going on, there was a lot of playful energy going on. But then after that happened, there came a period of separation, which is I'm being shown, you know. There came a period of separation, and you were very you did not understand why this separation happened. And I'm also being shown possibly this separation, during this separation, or the reason why this separation happened might have something to do with educational stuff, something to do with a lot of research, something to do with a lot of books, you know, because I'm being shown that there's a window and there are a lot of books on the table besides the window, and either of you were concentrating on those books, you know. So the separation could have happened due to some legitimate reasons of somebody leaving a certain place, you know, somebody leaving a college to go to another college, or somebody, you know, wanting to focus more on their studies, so they didn't want the twin journey or a relationship, you know. Or it could mean that while the separation went on, both of you focused on your research and on your education because there was nothing better to do, you know. So my attention is being taken to the books, you know. So during this separation, what you felt was you were in a very bigger depression, you know, but they were not in as much of a big depression as you were in, you know. You were in a very big depression, and you felt like everything was lost. And possibly I'm being shown that in regards to books, you know, as far as you are concerned, you did not want to touch your books after that, or you did not want, nothing interested you in your research and in your education, you know. And for them, they were in a slightly lesser depression. They were in a depression too, but they were in a lesser depression. And they concentrated on their research or books or whatever. Now I don't know like what educational backgrounds you belong to, but I'm being shown that education, research, books are a big part of your life, you know. So during the separation, again what I'm being shown, that you spent a lot of time in bed, you know, because you were so depressed that you didn't want to get out of bed and go for your classes or go for whatever you are doing, because I'm being shown that both of you are students in some way or form or related to education, you know. And they they also decided that during this separation, because nothing is working out, they decided they are also going to spend a lot of time doing other stuff, professional stuff, bookish stuff, educational stuff. But both of you didn't realize at the time that both of you had feelings for each other, and both of you all's feelings were equally strong for each other. You know, you might think that, oh, they were not as strong in them, you know, or they might think they were not as strong in you, you know. This is a paradox. Whatever each one twin feels, the other twin feels the same thing. You know, you might think that they were the defaulters who did not show up, and that is why the separation occurred. And they might think that you are the defaulters who did not show up, that is why the separation occurred. But that's not the case anyhow, you know. So even while this separation was going on, they had feelings for you. They had very loving feelings for you, and you had feelings for them also, you know. And behind the scenes, during that separation phase, why that separation phase occurred in your twin journey is to teach you certain lessons and for you to get into the spiritual transformation mode where you will be ready for each other eventually, you know. So even during that separation phase, a lot of creation was going on for the both of you, for your journey, you know, behind the scenes. Also, my attention is being taken to a very colorful theme above the window, you know, which means that even during that separation phase, a lot of colors were being formed for you by the universe, you know, a lot of colorful rainbow-like approach was being formed for you. Also, with this rainbow-like approach, I'm being shown a homosexual theme, you know, so you would understand what that means. So, and then like I'm being shown that this separation was going on, and also there were both of you, or possibly your twin, she was thinking a lot about the differences in culture, the differences in the way you have been brought up, the differences in religion per se, you know, because she felt that this journey or this relationship eventually is going to be affected by these different upbringings, and she kind of was very much into this factor that, you know, what is going to happen even if we are together, you know, with this religious difference, you know, what is going to come about. So I'm getting that message as well. But now with all this happening, you know, with all this having happened, you know, I'm being told that you need to have patience, and you need to give this a chance, you know, you need to give this whole journey, this twin journey, which I'm confirming you as twins, you know, you need to give this a chance, you know, because there is a lot of intimacy coming in the future for you, a lot of emotional, a lot of spiritual, a lot of mental, and a lot of sexual, physical intimacy coming in for you in the future. And I'm also being shown she is going to take a step forward with you in going into a higher romantic commitment in the form of an engagement, and both of you are going to go to a place like I'm being shown, like Italy, France, Rome, you know, somewhere in the Mediterranean. You're going to go for a honeymoon there, and you are also going to have a formal wedding, you know. And then I'm being shown that in order to lead to this passionate approach, the engagement, the honeymoon, and the wedding, you have a lot of codependency to work on, dear person A. You have a lot of codependency to work on, or either I would say there's a lot of codependency which happened in this relationship, and codependency is not supposed to be a part of the twin flame journey. So you have to work on releasing these codependent traits in order for you to get to the engagement, the honeymoon, and the wedding, which is a spiritual merge or a twin reunion, you know, in other words. So what does codependency mean? In this relationship, how were you codependent? You were codependent in the way that you thought, person A, that if a certain person in my life is fulfilling my certain needs, let's say you wanted to complete a certain assignment, and she helped you in completing that assignment, that educational assignment, then my partner is very good. If my partner does not help me in completing that assignment, then my partner is not good. Like, it's a need-based relationship, you know. If in turn the twin flame journey is like this, you know, I have this assignment to complete, I'm going to complete this assignment, and then I'm going to spend time with my partner. So everything that is in your life should be your own responsibility. You don't have to be codependent, you have to be interdependent. You have to do everything on your own and then be there for each other for time spending or for romantic gestures, you know. It's not like once in a while you can expect things out of each other, but this journey is not going to work in a way that if my car got stranded in the middle of the road and I called my twin and he said that he's not going to show up, then that means the relationship is a disaster. So why this separation occurs is to make you whole, is to make you take out your inner talents and refine them so much that you get so used to doing your own things in your life that you don't need the other person to do those things for you. And when you don't need that other person, paradoxically, that is the time when that person returns back, because now you don't need them. You're fully aware of your own strengths, your own talents, your own spiritual, emotional body. You don't need them in any way or form. The only way and form you need them is for your emotions, and it's a very interdependent emotional connection, and a spiritual connection, apart from the mental physical connection. So that is when the reunion happens. So now I'm going to go to the second deck that is there for you. So the second deck shows me, person A, that somehow this twin of yours has still to come out of the closet, and they are going to do that. They are going to do that in the near future. So they still have to come out with what they really are. They've hidden themselves from the society, and this was the first card which came up. So it's such a wonderful thing when cards actually resonate with what people actually have told me, and that means the further reading is going to be as truthful as well, because the first thing which pops out is a very big truth of your present day life. So they are going to come out of this darkness that they've put themselves in, and they've not showed the society about all this. So they are going to come out, and I'm also being shown that somewhere down the line, both of you had this thing that you did not. Both of you had these self-worth feelings, low self-worth, low self-esteem, low self-acceptance, and both of you felt that you did not deserve the best in life. You might just think that you had those feelings and she did not, because she had a certain stature in society and all those finances and other stuff, but she had them as well. Like, both of you had a lot of self-esteem, self-acceptance issues, and the basic thing was you did not think that you deserved abundance, in life. You always had this consciousness where you thought, oh, how can I get that? How can I afford that? How can I, and even in relationships it was the same. You were like, oh, maybe like I'll just adjust with whatever life gives me and stuff like that. Everybody cannot have everything, in their life. You had that kind of a mentality. But what was happening with them, behind the scenes, with your twin, was that they were spiritually maturing. A lot of spiritual transformation was happening with them, and I'm also being shown a lot of stuff to do with like with uh, with animals as such. Like, they were somehow related with animals, basically reptiles. Either they were doing some research on it, or they like going out in nature and looking at different reptiles and animals and stuff. I'm being shown. So anyhow, this was an extra point. So behind the scenes, a lot of spiritual transformation was going on for them, and they had kind of reached the end of their journey. They had kind of reached the end of their journey, where it was like, they knew everything. They knew where they had to go. They knew that their life was with their twin, that their life was with you. They have reached that point right now, and they also feel like, they're kind of fearful in a way, that they feel that, okay, now I've had all these obstacles all through my life, and now, like, I'm waiting for something more to happen, but they're not very accepting. They're still very fearful. They don't actually feel that they can get a lot in life. They're still very fearful. But what is going to happen for both of you is that the universe is going to present you with a final judgment call. There's going to be a final turn around of events, and all these things that you felt, that there was a big standstill and nothing was going on, there was so much confusion, and it was like going this way or that way, which way should you choose? Are you guys together, or are you guys broken up? You did not know all that, but that is soon going to change with the judgment that the universe is going to present, and both of you are going to come into your full power. You are going to become a very you're going to achieve balance and integration. Like, whatever you lacked, let's say you lacked mental clarity, and you lacked a very strong approach in life, and you were very emotional, you're going to get that strong approach, and you're going to get that mental strength, and that is going to be merged with your emotional self, which you are currently. And because she's a very straightforward, a very point blank woman, she is going to get a lot of emotional integration, so both of you are going to become whole, with this integration and balance happening, and you are going to achieve a lot of abundance, and your thinking is going to improve a lot from the thinking that you have presently, and you're going to come into a very financially, a very loving, a very self-accepting, a very harmonious state, and that is when you're going to manifest all your desires regarding your twin reunion. You're going to have a happy home with them, you are going to get married to them, engaged to them, and I'm also being shown that things are going to take a very bright turn for you, and you might also bear a baby boy, you might also have a pregnancy. You might also, both of you might decide to undertake a pregnancy, and you might bear a baby boy, and all these efforts and the disappointments that you felt, in the past, that oh, everything is lost, and you've put in so much effort into this relationship and you don't see anything, you just want to, you have this feeling that okay, let me just gather whatever is left and just let me work on my life single-handedly if nothing is working. You used a lot of your inner strength, your intuition, you will use your intuition a lot, in figuring out things about this relationship, because your heart always tells you that she has feelings for you, but then you don't see your outer picture, outer reality, validating those intuitions, so you had to keep a lot of inner strength, because your intuition was telling you one thing and your external reality was telling you the total opposite thing, so you've had to keep a lot of strength with this person, with this twin of yours, but you have to be very, things are going to turn around like anything for you, and the universe is going to deliver stuff to you. The universe is going to deliver your reunion to you, and this person is going to come forward, going to present you with a lot of love, a proposal. I'm being seen, a marriage proposal, and they are going to present their love to you, and they're also going to present you with finances and a lot of mental strength, mental clarity, and they're going to make you a mentally suitable person or a more intelligent person than you are now, and they're going to give you a lot of information and intelligence, and also going to provide you with a lot of money, because I see that they are more stable, and that has been shown to me in the cards. And also they are going to eventually, after they present all that, they're going to present you with an engagement or a marriage proposal, so I'm going to show you the cards one by one. So you express your love in the beginning after a certain while. Both of you kept an open mind. You got to know each other. You were like a child for them. There was a lot of playfulness and sexual energy. You see, the breasts of the girl are being shown, and she's in a very flimsy cloth. So my attention was taken to that. So there was a lot of developed sexuality, and then again they saw you as a very sexual, there was a lot of sexuality involved, so then happened this, separation. But you see these books and this window which I was talking about in the reading, and these three, three means creation. So creation was happening even when you guys were separated, and you see the feelings. This person has a hand on their heart, and this person also is yearning for the other person, so both of you had feelings, so and also there were religious factors involved with this person, and they were thinking about these factors a lot. But what I'm being told is you have to give this relationship a chance, because in the future there's going to be a lot of passion. There's going to be an engagement coming up soon, with a honeymoon to a Mediterranean country and a wedding, if you let go of these codependent attitudes. And you can get sessions from me regarding these codependent attitudes, and also talk to other people who've already taken sessions with me, or other readers, so with the second deck, what I was being shown is that your twin needs to come out of the closet. This is a person who's showing these two merchants their work. It means that they need to come out of the closet, they need to express towards the society what is going on. And then both of you had like low self-esteem, low self-acceptance, so this is how you feel about yourself in general, like you're poor beggars and you don't deserve a lot in life. So this is again inner work, inner work of self-acceptance and increasing self-worth, increasing your frequency and vibration, you can contact me for this inner work as well. And then your twin has reached the end of their journey, and now they're thinking, what to do next. And the only thing that they can think about, or the universe will make them think about, is you, to coming to you. So what was going on in the separation phase is that they were becoming the king of wands, and there was a lot of something to do with reptiles, again there's a reptile here, in the bottom of the picture. So they were going through spiritual transformation. Again they came out as the king of wands and not the queen of wands. So they do have a dominating male energy in your relationship, in your twin journey, they do have a dominating energy, like I mentioned, the domination, submission category, So it's not in a bad way. It is that this person, your twin, is the man in this relationship, They were going through a lot of spiritual transformation, but they were still fearful, like whether they will be able to handle all this. You see this person, they've done a lot of work. All these wands in the back represent that they have done a lot of spiritual work, but they're still fearful, So what is going to happen is that a big judgment call is going to be given by the universe. You see, this is the universe, and the universe is going to awaken both of you. You are going to have a spiritual transformation or a spiritual awakening, and this thing that you feel right now, that everything is at a stalemate, you're blindfolded, there are two swords, there are two paths, either you are together or you're broken up, you can't just figure out, it's such a stalemate, but I told you that the judgment is going to happen by the universe, and both of you are going to reach integration. Now this person is you. You are a more emotional person in this relationship, and you are going to get integration with mental capabilities, and your twin is a more mental person, and they are going to get emotional integration, and eventually both of you are going to become two abundant people, and that is when you are going to paradoxically attract what you want. You see this happy family and this happy home, you're going to attract that with them, and you might also bear a baby boy, And with all this disappointment, this hard work going nowhere, and this disappointment that you should just move on, and this disappointment where you put in a lot of hard work and things were going nowhere, and this disappointment where you felt that you should just carry on with your life with whatever little you have, this was the scenario with you. Then you started using a lot of your intuition in figuring this shit out, You had to use a lot of strength during that period, when you were figuring things out. But my friend, the universe is going to deliver. You see, this person is giving to the other person on the ground. This is the universe giving to you, and you see a balance. You see a balance in their hand. Universe will always give you a balanced approach, The universe will always provide you with a balance with what you need, It will always be fair in their judgment, So you are going to receive from the universe, and this person is going to give you a lot of mental clarity. This person is going to give you a lot of money. This person is going to come forward with a proposal. You see, this person coming forward with a cup of love, This is a proposal card, and this is the proposal card too. You see, a offering. So you are going to get proposed to, my friend, in the coming future. I'm getting like a 7-month timeline for you. A 7 months timeline, which I got in 2 of the cards, which I was doing for you. This was the timeline, which we got, the 8 months, but it was also like the 7 months, which was coming to me through a channel message. So you are going to, these were the 2 cards. These were the 2 cards which gave your timeline, both of them. And there was not just 1 card, 2 came out with the same number, So this is what, right now you felt that, oh, all this hard work, all this shit, But my friend, you're soon going to be proposed to. You're soon going to get this abundant life with them. You're soon going to get a happy home with them. And there's going to be a lot of passion. And it's going to lead to a wedding. Thank you so much.